Hey up everybody, hope you're all keeping well in this cold weather. I just want to make this short video. I just want to tell you what happened to me today. I was going to type it out, but it's easier to do it this way. Those of you that know me, that I've been going through a bit of a rough patch, and I've been going for counselling. I've got a mental health nurse. Anyway, I had a visitor today, a very good friend of mine that I've known for years. Surprised me, it was really good to see him. And we're stood in the kitchen, got the kettle on, and he asked me what have I got planned for the rest of the day. And I just said to him, I was in about an hour and a half, I'm going to see my mental health nurse, and I'm wrestling tonight. And I said, I'm going to see everyone at UKW. I said, I'm looking forward to that. And he went, for fuck's sake, Monty. And I thought he was going to have a go about wrestling. And then he said, because all this mental health and mental well-being and all this, it's a load of crap, it's a load of bullshit. He goes, you never see me crack under pressure and all this, that and the other. And he went, what you need to do is you need to man up. And he hit me like a baseball bat. And I'm like, I said, you what? And he went, you need to man up, you need to man the fuck up. And I was like, okay. The first thing that came in my head was like, I need to teach you a lesson. And so I squared up to him and I looked him straight in the face and I said, I'm going to open the door now. I put my hand on his shoulder, took him outside, and I said, you and me, my friend, we're going to have a fight. And at first he was like, oh yeah, shut up, Monty, you're a joke. And I just got closer and closer to him. I said, no, you and me are going to have a fight. And then the realization that I wasn't joking or anything like that got into his brain. And he was like, but Monty, why? What have I done? Blah, 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 blah. He started to shake. There was a bit, his eyes started to fill up. He couldn't talk properly. He was, And then I said to him, I said, right. I said, what we're going to do, I'm going to wait for you to throw the first punch. I said, once you throw the first punch, then I'm coming, I'm after you, I'm going to be going for you, yeah? I said, I ain't going to hold back. Now, my little friend over here, well, he ain't a little guy, right? He's 6 foot plus, right? My mate, he ain't a fighter. Me, on the other hand, been involved in martial arts for 35 years, won numerous competitions, done, fought full contact, happy with it. Yeah, I've broken people's noses, jaws, cheekbones, dislocated shoulders, legs, you name it, I ain't bothered. It's all competition. Yeah, that was back in the day. And he knows this, because he knows me really well. So now the fear is set in his head. Yeah? And he went, he goes, whoa, I can't act, right? So I went, man the fuck up. And he looked at me, he went, what? I went, man up. I said a few other things I'm not going to repeat on camera, but I said, man up. I said, you just told me to man up in the kitchen a couple of minutes ago, right? So why don't you man up now? Yeah, anyway, I told him that I wanted to teach him a lesson. I laughed it off, came into the house, sat down with the coffee, and I said to him, I said, look, our kid, I said, when I asked you for a fight, what was going through your head? He went, fear. He goes, I was anxious. He goes, my heart was beating really fast. He goes, I'm just thinking I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get punched because I know what you can do, blah, blah, blah. This I went, right. So I said, why didn't you man up? Why didn't you throw a punch? And he goes, I couldn't. So I went, exactly. I said, because that's what me and some of my boys are going through right now. I mean, some of my boys, they ain't got no jobs. They split up with their partners. Life is pretty shit, And when people say man up, it's not the right thing to say. And you, my friend, everything's done for you. You know what I mean? You got a beautiful family, and you wake up, your food's ready, your clothes are ironed, everything's done for you. Everything's done for you. You know what I mean? And you only live a couple of miles away from me, and I love seeing you. And I told him that. But I said, what you need to take into consideration is that just remember when I offered you out for a fight, the panic, your heart was racing, the anxiety, everything, yeah? I said, that's what we're going through. So when, we hugged it out. I told him I wouldn't have hated him. I'm not a violent guy. I wouldn't have. I'm not a violent guy, honest. Those of you that really know me, you know that I'm not a violent guy. So, you know, well, to be fair, well, he thinks he's a fighter. He taught boxercise. Dude, you've never even been in a ring. You used to teach boxercise. That don't make you a fighter, son. But you know what? I found it funny. We hugged it out. We laughed about it, and you know, he's got a different perspective on it now. Do you know what I mean? And he's learned from it. I hope he has. Anyway, he said he has. If he hasn't, then I'll go see him again. No, I'm only joking. I'm not like that. But yeah, I thought, you know what? It's a nice story, and I'm not a violent guy. I just want to make sure.